listening to The Mountainside, and returning to the studio is Chef Josh Work. With an extensive career in the restaurant industry as a head chef, Josh has an extensive amount of knowledge, passion, and love that goes into plating food for others to enjoy. And the best way to experience that is to sit down at one of his restaurants and try one of his dishes. He has truly taken it to the next level in harvesting some of his own, foraging, beekeeping, and so much more. But Chef Josh's passion for food is not the only thing that he thrives on. He has a huge emphasis and influence on helping others with mental health awareness. Josh is always one of my favorite people to be around, maybe because he's feeding me all the time, but he is truly a great person. This was a great episode. Enjoy our conversation. The chef is back on the mountainside. Let's fucking go, dude.
Back
Cheers,
in the
buddy.
saddle again. Cheers, brother.
Great to have you back in.
Good to be back. Crack that open.
Yeah, I think, was it last year that you were here, or was it?
I think it was about a year ago.
Yeah. What's new, man?
Cafe life's doing good. We're doing pasta nights on Friday nights now. My buddy Turtle wants to open an Italian restaurant down the road, so I've been letting him kind of take the reins and workshop some recipes, get the word out.
Okay.
Got a Valentine's menu coming up. It's going to be super exciting.
At the Wildflower.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. That's
Yeah, we're
awesome,
doing like
man.
a midnight on the Mediterranean. So we're doing like beet terrine, escargot, some grilled octopus, short rib or trout option, and then finishing up with some gelato and biscotti. So it'll be exciting.
I'm coming into this podcast fasted right now.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah, I know you've been on this diet. You're looking slim, so.
I'm trying,
But here's all the
man.
delicious food I'm making.
I'm trying. Like, the winter is so freaking hard for me, man. I think it's genetic.
Oh,
I
mean,
really
it's
do.
Genetic as at a human level.
Yeah.
That's the time of year that you just like stay inside and get fat and stay warm through the winter.
Although it's been really warm. I mean, we were just talking about that. I was down in your neck of the woods, and I was like, I almost took my shirt off, dude. And it's the middle of February, you know what I mean? Or middle of February is coming up. And it was just crazy warm this past weekend. It's been unusually warm. Like, not that this is the weather podcast, but I don't know what the hell is going on.
I mean, in Evergreen right now, you kind of can't help but talk about the weather.
Yeah.
Like from the Wildflower, we're still like real busy right now because the lake's open. And the lake just opened up, so we've been slow for a couple of weeks.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's probably got to affect business pretty hardcore.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Because there's so many people that come to ice skate. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's been wild, and I don't know if I'd trust that ice right now, dude. Like,
Now they say it's thick enough, but I'm not going out on it.
no, hell no.
I'll go out on
it's
Ontario
crazy.
and go ice fishing. I know it's good there.
There you go. Yeah, I think is it Cheeseman or Chesman?
Cheeseman?
Cheeseman wasn't even frozen over when I was up there. It didn't look like it. If it did, maybe it was just wind blowing.
Yeah.
We didn't actually go down to the reservoir, but
I mean, that area locally here is kind of a banana belt. Like, that's where my house is, so we'll get more snow in Evergreen than I get at home.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's been messed up. Like, we had flies in here today. I was like, what the That's not supposed to happen until like June, dude.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, hopefully we get dumped on because, man, I think we're like all-time low for snowpack, which affects everybody nationally, like California.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere.
I've heard a lot of people saying, like, oh, we're probably going to get it as rain in the spring, but getting it as rain doesn't do us any good. Because rain just falls and washes away. We need that snowpack.
And it melts the snow even faster, so you just lose the water faster, man.
It would just break my heart if we had another 2003 blizzard.
That would be rad.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'll jump off my roof again.
Dude, I wasn't here for that, but because I was living in California at that time. But that was like 7-footer or something, right?
Yeah, we had 8 at my house I grew up in.
Damn.
And at the time, my parents and I were down in Arkansas visiting my grandparents. We drove back. We had to spend the night in Denver because that was as close as we could get. And then drove up to Carnivore, got to Foxton Road there, and they had plowed that far. And then my dad and I bear crawled the other 3-4 miles up to our house. And then by the time we got there, the plow trucks finally came through. And then my dad put his skis on to ski back down to his truck.
Yeah. Those snow days are the freaking best, man. I love it. I'm like,
yeah, it was right at the end of spring break. I had another 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
We had so much snow. We had a 2-story house. I was jumping off the roof into the snow.
That's freaking awesome.
I wouldn't try it again. I'm a little older now, but
I've been here for some like 3-4 footers, 5 footers. I think there was a good like 5-footer when I was a kid, but that's the biggest of all time, right? I think
biggest I've seen.
Yeah.
I saw yesterday. I think Japan just got 6 feet. Really? Yeah. And then
well,
Russia
the East
has
Coast
those
just
crazy
got
drifts.
nailed too, and Russia's like got a serious problem.
Yeah, Russia's got like 100-foot snow drifts.
Really?
There's snow in Florida right now too.
What?
Yeah. My folks down in Texas, they got snow. They got a white Christmas, not me.
Yeah, I know. I was texting with, we have family that lives in Asheville, and we went shooting this weekend. So I went and I was sending him some videos of my son to my father-in-law and stuff. And he was like, what the hell, man? He's like, this is supposed to be the opposite way. Like, it looks really nice there. And they were buried in snow. So, yeah, weird shit, man. I hope that we need the moisture.
Oh,
bad.
for sure.
Yeah, we need it bad. I just hope the fire season scares the shit out of me.
Especially growing up here like we both did.
Yeah.
My mind's always on fire.
Yeah, you got it.
With this little amount of snow, worried about that coming up.
Yeah. And then, we start getting those winds, and it's so freaking dry right now, even around here. Yeah, I thought we were going to get a little bit last night. It just keeps teasing us. Like, yeah.
It's like, I'm flirting with you.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's a little, I'm coming. Don't worry about it.
Oh, man. So, Italian restaurant, huh? Are you going to be part of that as well, or?
I would like to loop it into the restaurant family. Like that's been my goal for the Wildflower for a long time, is to take it from a restaurant to a restaurant group, get a couple other businesses under our belt, grow and expand a little bit.
It is hands down my favorite restaurant to eat in. All of Evergreen by far. Mountain communities for sure.
Yep.
And even Denver, man. It's like I would drive right past some of those restaurants.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
We've had a great year this year too. Like we've been recognized. We took first place for best savory bite at the Taste of Evergreen, second place for best sweet bite. We got voted best breakfast in Evergreen. So we've had a banner year. It's been great.
That's incredible, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and every time I come in there, you got something new going on, some sort of new special. You were doing the Cajun night there for a while, so it's like you just don't stop there one time, dude. You could come in every day and something's a little bit different. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you have the standards.
Yeah.
But
we got the standards. We got a different pancake every month. We usually have at least one special a week. We keep that rotating. So, especially having the staff that we do now, because like my buddy Turtle I mentioned, he used to be the executive chef at Haiwan. We got this new guy, Calvin, who Turtle wanted to be his sous chef there. And then Cam, who's been working with me for a long time. We got a lot of really high caliber cooks there. And we each get to express our creativity. And we've got a good group working together. So I'm really happy about
rad.
it.
Man, I was in Rome for like, I think 10 days or something like that. I mean, it might have been short of 10 days, but God, man, I forgot how good the Italian food is there and how it doesn't make me feel like shit. Like, and it's funny because you go into like Trader Joe's or something, and it says the pasta's imported from Italy or whatever, but like, is it really? I mean, can you get truly imported Italian?
There's purveyors you can go to. Like Greco's a good one. You can get 00 flour for pizzas imported from Italy.
Really?
And a lot of the reasons that you feel better eating the pasta and stuff over there, like a lot of people that are gluten intolerant here in the States, oftentimes has a lot more to do with how we treat the wheat. Over in Europe, they don't process it as much as we do. So it tends to be better for your metabolism over there than it does here.
Yeah, I mean, I was crushing pasta and red wine, and I did gain a little bit of weight over there, I think, but I think that a lot of that was just like being stagnant on the flights and yeah. But man, it's next level Italian food over there for sure. I mean, a bit more traditional than your American Italian food, but just like the mix of like truffles and stuff that they were incorporating into some dishes.
A lot of wild boar too.
Yeah.
Got some different meats
the
they throw in there.
Steaks were awesome too, man.
Yeah.
We had some phenomenal steaks, man. Yeah, it'd be cool to go down that rabbit hole. I'm 60% Italian, so I don't know if that's in the blood. Yeah. And that's why I love Italian food so much. But man, I would just be.
I mean, meat, cheese, carbs. Sign me up.
Yeah, I know. But if I ate like that every day, I feel like I'd be like 400 pounds, man. Like
for
I'd just
sure.
have like super slow metabolism or something. So if I were to go and try to procure some of that, would you call it 00 flour?
00. Yeah.
00 flour. Yeah. Okay.
You can get 00 at Safeway.
Really?
It's not imported though, but the 00 is a finer grain of flour.
Okay.
It's used in pizza dough most often.
So just your normal grocery store carries it then?
Yeah.
really?
But if you want to go to a specialty market, that's where you can get the imported stuff.
Okay.
And then most pizza here in the States, they do a blend of 00 with all-purpose flour, usually 75-25, depending on what kind of oven they're cooking it in. Like wood fire, you want a little bit more so it doesn't stick. But you get a light, fluffy dough.
So is that when you get into like pizzas and breads, like a focaccia or something like that, right? Like, are they using the 00 flour on that?
Focaccia, yeah. So in Italy, focaccia is considered a type of pizza. But you'll make your dough, you'll let it rise a little bit, you'll shape it, you'll punch it down, and you'll drizzle some olive oil in there, and then bake it. Like Detroit style pizza is usually made on a focaccia dough, so it's a lot thicker.
When it comes to the pasta, are they using the same flour for that, or is it different flours typically?
They're using some of the same.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't messed around with making my own pasta too much, but it's a good time.
Yeah. Man, I've
Tedious,
never
but
went
fun.
down there, I've never went down that road. I think we've made it like once or twice.
Yeah. I've made a fair amount of gnocchi, and every time I make gnocchi, I'm like, gnocchi's no problem. It's super easy. And then I'm halfway through twisting them out individually. I'm like, this is just as tedious as I remember.
Like counting pennies or something, right?
Actually, to that point, a couple weeks ago, I had a sweet potato gnocchi that I made for pasta
Really?
night, and it was fire. But every time that I've made gnocchi at home, I just make it and I cook it right away. I've never saved it overnight. So I did that, dusted everything with flour, put it in a container so it would just chill. I thought the flour would keep it from sticking, but it actually just congealed everything together. So I came in there the next day for pasta night, having rolled 262 individual gnocchis, and I had to roll 262 more individual gnocchis.
Damn.
So I did 500 and some change, but
that's the joys of being a chef at a restaurant, right?
Like, man, I'm happy to be done with that. Oh, here I am again.
Yeah. Mass produce food, right? I would love to go down those rabbit holes and spend some time with you, man, like learning how to use the 00 and like make some real like focaccia type style crust and stuff. Have you gotten into any of the carbonaras? Because I was crushing that.
Oh, I love carbonara.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carbonara, anytime I make it, I make it on the fly. Because it's a real easy ratio, depending on how many people you have. You'll do an egg yolk per every person that's there, plus one whole egg. And then eyeball Parmesan, that's the way I do it. A little parsley, salt, pepper, whip all that together. And then once your noodles are done, throw those in the pot or throw those in the pan, add in your sauce, a little bit of pasta water, toss it, you're good to go.
And it's basically the heat of the noodles is cooking the eggs, basically, right?
Yeah,
it's
a lot like a hollandaise. The yolks are technically cured. So it's the residual heat from the pasta plus the pasta water that's gently cooking the yolk.
Yes, let's go. And then you put a little bit of bacon in there or something, dude? Like
when I make it at the cafe, I use bacon. Usually I use guanciale, which is a cheat cut.
Okay.
But it's the same fats and everything that kind of brings everything together. A little bit of shallot is a good call as well.
Yeah.
Some garlic for sure.
Okay.
Garlic confit if you fancy.
Really? What's that?
So it's where you take garlic and slow cook it in oil. And kind of the way I always make it is like bring it up to a gentle boil, let it go for a little bit, kill the heat, and then just let it slowly cool down. And then you sift off the oil, so now you've got garlic-infused oil that you can use in other stuff later on. But then you have these just delicious little bulbs of cooked garlic. And then I like to emulsify all those, so you got just like a real thick, flavorful garlic paste. That's what we're using in our Alfredo sauce right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I have so much to learn, man, because I just like... Throw me on the Traeger grill. I'm good to go. You know, it's electric. There's got a computer app with it and all that sort of stuff. And I can cook the fuck out of some meat. But like when it comes to all the sauces and different ways to cure garlic or like just different shit like that, I'm just like lacking. Just like grabbing the old seasoning and shaking it over.
I'm thinking we should probably have a barbecue.
Let's do that.
Let's just both make some ribs. There's no judgment. We're just eating ribs.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Everyone wins.
You would crush me. Yeah, but everyone does win.
No.
For sure on that. Yeah, that would be awesome, man. We definitely need to do that. We'll have a little mountainside cook-off or something.
I'm game.
Yeah.
Oh, no, my arm.
Let's get Turtle involved. Yeah. Let's get all the chefs involved.
Let's get everyone together.
I'll bring the shittiest dish and enjoy everybody else's.
It's all going to be great. We're all going to talk shit, but we're all going to have a great time.
Yeah. Are there, what are like some Italian potato substitutions? Like, do they make any, because I freaking love potatoes too.
Yeah. Well, gnocchi, like I mentioned, that's a potato-based pasta.
Right.
Like it's almost kind of an Italian pierogi.
Okay.
But instead, the potato is actually worked into the pasta dough itself. So it's not stuffed with potato, but it's a constituent part of it.
Okay. Yeah, I knew it was something it wasn't just straight up like pasta dough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole potato skin,
so
the dough,
good.
one yolk, a little bit of white pepper, salt, pepper. You just knead that until it all comes together. Roll it out into a big flat tray, cut it into strips, cut those into pillows, and then you use your board, or you can use the backside of a fork, but just individually roll it so it's got the ridges on the outside, and it's kind of tucked in the middle so it holds a bunch more sauce.
Damn, I'm bumming I missed the sweet potato one because
I'll do it again.
Okay, I'll come down. You got to text me next time.
Oh, for sure.
Like, hey, get your ass down here. No, that's incredible, man. I can't wait. Yeah, we could use a good Italian restaurant here in Evergreen. That's for sure. Yeah, and a collective of restaurants like.
Yeah, and we've got some viable options in town. Like I'm more than happy to like be another hat in the barrel. Let's go.
Yeah, no, it's kind of a weird thing here, and I know that we're getting very local, but like last night I had a buddy come up, and I was just like, "Where are we going to go to dinner?" And I was like, "Oh, we'll just go run over to Murphy's or something like that."
Yeah.
Well, they were closed, and I was like, "Fuck, what do I do now?" You know,
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I wish there was more open, man.
That's what I would love to see downtown, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do by fostering like our Friday nights.
Yeah.
And especially, I tell there's going to be somebody moving into the old Saigon Landing location that'll be open for dinner.
Okay.
But I would love to have more of a dinner culture downtown Evergreen.
Yeah. That would be awesome because it's honestly in downtown Evergreen, it's hard to find a dinner spot.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
like right
downtown
here on Main Street.
you're almost out of options. Like you got Cactus, you got Murphy's, Little Bear.
Yeah.
That's about it.
But that's all kind of like bar food.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to go at least over to the other end of the lake and hit Bistro del Lago or Willow Creek over there.
Yeah.
And then anything else, you're going even further out of town.
Yeah. That's why my go-to is just like the Chart House, man. If I'm going to wine and dine somebody or something like that, or take somebody to a nice dinner, that's the best option up here. But then that's just a restaurant chain, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a Landry's. And Landry's are great. I eat at them all the time. But like, yeah, I wish there was a little bit more of that. So that's awesome you're starting that. Let me know once you guys get something going. I'll help you guys.
Yeah,
plug
for
that.
sure.
Yeah, that'd be rad. So I have a question for you, like, because we're on the subject of food.
Yeah.
Dude, my struggle at 45 with maintaining weight and being in the physical fitness shape that I want to be in.
Yep.
It all starts at the fucking fork, man.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Right? And I'm so boring with the way that I cook, right? Like I mean, I love to eat steak. I'll eat it for every meal. I eat a ton of wild game, I eat elk, bison, deer, love all that. But I feel like I need to step up my game, like on the high protein, low carb, like palate, and make some interesting dishes or something like that. What would you suggest on that? Because I think a lot of people are pretty much on like a paleo diet these days.
Yep.
Some carnivore. Carnivore is a bit extreme for me.
Yep.
Even though I had great success with it. But like, I guess kind of that paleo diet where you have like some rooted vegetables.
Yep.
Not a whole lot of grain, not a whole lot of rice or anything like that, but just packed full of protein. And now that I'm actually like really watching macros and working with some of these trainers and trying to hit some of these athletic goals, like the amount of protein that they want me to eat is astronomical.
Yeah.
And then try to fit it within the calories too.
Yeah.
It's freaking
And not have the
hard,
grain
man.
in there.
You can't eat that much meat. Like as many grams of protein as they want me to eat, like I'd be lethargic, man.
Actually, to that point, I've kind of been on an organ meat kick lately.
Okay.
Like I've been making it a point to like eat liver once a week, for example. Or I have a customer who comes to the cafe regularly. Will he makes this badass menudo, and I love some tripe.
Yeah.
But like days that I eat my liver, I eat my menudo, just some chicken heart tacos. Days I get that organ meat in me feels really good.
Like you have a higher energy, or
just like a higher energy. Like I feel more functional. And then the next day, if I don't eat that stuff, which I try not to do it too much because you don't want to overload on iron and everything.
Yeah.
But I start to feel a little bit more lethargic. So I've been incorporating that into my diet more. Doing a lot of yogurt, some raw fruits, and I've lost like 12 pounds so far.
You look great, dude.
Yeah,
you look great, man. It's it's a constant freaking battle. And then, to get those like probiotics and stuff, you have to eat some of that like cultured stuff. I've just found that like I start taking them supplement wise. I'm like, I don't want to deal with the yogurt. And then it's hard because I'm doing like pretty much zero sugar. Like to freaking find a yogurt that has zero sugar in it, or even milk, or like you start doing these protein shakes, even that's got a couple grams or whatever, right? Like it's just crazy.
Now, years ago, I was living in Denver, and I had a roommate who had just gotten back from teaching English in Thailand for the last couple of years, and I had some kefir in the fridge because I was like getting my probiotics and everything. He's like, oh, that's what they feed to Thai kids to make them gain weight. Like, all right, cool. Dope. Hella sugar.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's crazy, man. I mean, there's sugar literally in everything. Like anything that's prepackaged, almost everything has sugar in it, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's insane.
Get a sip of sugar right now?
Yeah. Those ciders are banging now. Yeah, but so I guess like going back to that, do you have some suggestions for me? This is my own greed. So hopefully the listeners want to know this. And I don't care if you don't, but thanks for listening, by the way. So if I'm trying to build some sort of high protein bowl, obviously you got to have some sort of meat base.
Yep.
You got to have eggs, maybe is like the next alternative to meat. Yeah. Something like that.
I mean, you could throw some beans in there too.
I hate beans.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I love them, but they don't love me, dude.
They're It's that, what is it? The magical fruit?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I'll be Elon Musking rocket shipping across the gym and
now this time of year I do a lot of stewed meats. Like a beef bourguignon's a good option.
Because the bone broth has protein in it, right? Okay.
Granted, that is traditionally served like on top of mashed potatoes, so you're getting a lot of carbs there. But something like that, you could do a ropa vieja, which is like it's a Cuban stewed, traditionally beef. I just made one with a pork shoulder the other day that turned out really well. But I've been eating that as either on like little corn tortillas, like a little birria taco kind of things. I saved the consommé from that too. Or I'm putting it on banh mi, which is, again, you're putting it on bread, so it's more carbs. But like stewed meats, throw some vegetables in there.
Okay.
If you want to add in the beans.
Bust out the crock pot then.
Bust out the crock pot, yeah.
Okay.
Especially, it is the season.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we get some cold weather.
Yeah, theoretically. It's the time of year, I guess I should say.
Yeah. No, I should definitely do that because, man, like a bison stew or something is one of my favorite things to make, with just potatoes, carrots, that deep broth.
Yeah.
And then throw some bison chunks in there. And I got a bunch of stewed bison meat I need to go through too. So
yeah. Another option, you can also get yourself a dehydrator, make some jerky. Like some friends of ours, Derek and Carrie Hinshaw, they just took their son Sterling hunting for the first time. Took him down to his grandpa's ranch in Texas. He shot an axis deer, and they asked me to come over and show him how to tan the hide. And they gifted us one of the back straps, which is amazing.
Damn, those are some good friends.
But also, they did 2 varieties of jerky, one smoked, one dehydrated, and it's some of the best jerky I've ever had.
Dude, access deer is some of, like, next to elk, it's some of the best game meat I've ever had.
I was surprised how tough the hide was, too.
Really?
Because I've tanned a number of elk hides, a number of mule deer hides. I expected it to be more like a mule deer, and there I am just, like, cranking on this like little bit of subcutaneous fat and meat stuck on there.
Really?
It was tough. It was a strong animal.
Yeah, they're supposed to be like tiger proof, basically, right?
Ideally, it's their main predator.
That's why they're so fast, and that would make sense why they have like maybe a little bit thicker hide and a little bit more fat.
Though fitting that they're in Texas, because I believe there's more tigers in the state of Texas than there are in the wild.
I've heard that. Yeah, I think I heard that on Rogan or something. It's like, it's crazy, man. The exotic animals that are in Texas is insane. Like, I have some buddies that go down there and hunt, and it's not really my thing because it's kind of, I mean, some of those properties are really big, but it's kind of like that canned hunt. But they're like hunting nilgai and like all these African specied animals, man. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's not my cup of tea, but it's wild that gets to happen down there.
And I guess you can go down there and hunt access.
Yeah.
I really want to go to Lanai. I don't know if you've checked out. Look up Lanai access deer hunting. I think it's Bob the Butcher or something like that.
Bob the Butcher. Can he cut it?
How you spell it?
Hawaii.
I think it's L-A-N.
L-A-N?
I want to say L-A-N-A-I.
Access deer.
Yeah, it's crazy. So they have like a severe problem down there with access deer.
Oh, okay.
Because I guess I don't know the true origin story, but somebody from another culture, probably Indian descent, brought some access deer as like a gift to one of the island chiefs or whatever, right? Like a long time ago. But there's no predators there.
Yeah.
So now they just
chilling.
have access deer out the ass, and they're like super hard to hunt just because they're so fast. And the people that I've talked to, they're like, I know a couple of women that have gone down and shot them with bows and stuff, but they're like straight up killers. Like these are like true bow hunters, man, like much more than I am. But then I've had a lot of buddies go down there, but yeah, with a rifle, I would love to go down there just the first time. I'd love to go down with my bow too, and the coolest part is a lot of times you don't get to bring the meat back when you're hunting in another country. Like you can bring some of it back, but a lot of times it's divvied up to like the locals and stuff because they don't want you shipping in the meat in case it's contaminated or whatever. But I guess from Lanai, you get to bring all of it home because it's the States, or they'll ship it home for you. So that'd be the main reason I go. And man, that access deer is. Have you eaten any of the stuff that they've given you yet?
Just the jerky so far. I've been saving the backstrap.
Yeah, dude, it's fire, man. You'll have to hit me up after you. After
I
you
can't
try
decide
it.
if I'm going to do a prime rib or a Wellington. I might cut it in half and do both, but we'll see. I'll let you know.
Yeah, cut it in half, man, and try it a couple different ways. But my favorite is just the quick high heat pan sear and almost not blue, but like rare.
Yeah, I usually do like a quick pan sear, make a thick compound butter, cover it in that, and then bake it till it's almost cooked.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, it's crazy. When you were talking about eating the organ meats, I have some like bison liver that in the butchering process on the last bison I did, and I do this with my elk and deer, but like there's not as much organ meat on those animals, right?
Yeah.
Like the heart, a deer heart's tiny, dude. You can eat that in one sitting, basically, right? Or make the family tacos with that if they'll eat it. But like on that bison, the last one we did was 2,400 pounds, and the liver, you know, the big size Yeti coolers.
Yeah.
Like not the gigantic one, but like the
I got
the
one
standard.
of those, yeah.
Dude, we set the liver on there, and it was like probably that thick, and it draped over both sides of that Yeti cooler.
Damn.
I think I got some photos. I'll show you.
right.
And I mean, it was just like, dude, you couldn't even really like carry it. It was so fucking big. So I took a giant freaking hunk of it because we were divvying it up between everybody that was there in the butchering process, and then I just cubed it. And I've been throwing it into smoothies.
There you go.
And all that sort of stuff. Just like the frozen cubes, or sometimes I'll cook it, but I don't really care for like cooked liver for some reason.
Yep.
And that bison is like, you can taste the iron in the bison.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It depends on how you treat
beef
it.
liver. Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm probably just cooking it wrong.
One thing you can do to cut down on that iron flavor is just like soak it in buttermilk.
Okay.
Like overnight. If you know you're gonna cook it the next day, that'll take some of that astringent flavor out of there.
Yeah.
And then with mine, if I'm feeling real saucy, I'll treat it like chicken fried steak. Bread it, fry it up. Whatever's left in the pan, make a little gravy with that.
Yeah, gravy.
I'm the king of gravy. I'm the sauce
You
boss.
are the king of gravy. You need to bottle and sell that shit, man.
It's not a bad idea.
I think you should. It's my favorite dish at the Wildflower. It's kind of my own dish, I guess, because is it the chicken fried steak skillet?
Well, I made the mountainside burrito.
Right. Hell yeah.
And it's essentially a chicken fried steak burrito. So it's got the scrambled eggs, cheese in there.
I've still yet to try one of those. I'm going to come down.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I'm ready for a cheap meal, I'm coming down.
It's gone up a couple of levels. I've gotten wild
I'm going to drink
it.
the night before, too.
Yeah. No, you better.
Yeah.
And while you're eating it.
Is it on the menu or is it a special?
That's secret menu.
Okay, secret menu.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. That's freaking awesome. So what's in that?
So it's scrambled eggs, chicken fried steak, some sort of potato. Traditionally, I've done either our wild potatoes that we're known for, French fries, hash browns are a great option too. A little bit of gravy on the inside, roll all that up, sear it on the flat top so it's sealed, smother it in more gravy, melt cheese on top of it. And if you want to go extra ham, I have a version of it called the coronary, where I make that same burrito, but then I dip it in pancake batter, drop that in the fryer, deep fry it like a chimichanga,
Damn,
and then
dude.
do a little drizzle of hot honey and some candy bacon on top.
Okay.
I served it to one of my good friends, Chris Delaney, who comes in. I asked him what he thought of it, and he's like, well, it tastes really good. I don't think it's good for me, but I'm really happy about it.
Like a 4,000 calorie burrito,
Yeah,
probably.
You load up on that and try not to nap.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome. Yeah, I'll have to try that. If I'm going to come in and have a cheat meal, I get the chicken fried steak skillet, which is probably not any better for you.
Honestly, if I'm eating there on my day off, that's what I get.
Yeah, dude, it's
Add
a fried
jalapenos.
piece of steak. Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to talk to you next time.
Yeah.
But I always get the hash brown cakes underneath it instead of the biscuit, man. And it is like one of my favorite dishes of all time. But that is a fat boy dish. For sure.
It's a fat boy dish, but I agree with it.
Yeah.
Like, I love a biscuit and gravy, don't get me wrong, but that hash brown, it stays crisp. You got nice texture coming in with that gravy.
It's so good.
Chicken
And
fried
an
steak
egg on top.
Yeah, and an egg.
Come
It's
on,
not
bro.
the love. Come on.
Oh, man, it's making me hungry. So, yeah, you should bottle the gravy.
All right. Bottle the gravy,
Let's
bottle
do
the
it.
verde.
Yeah,
See what
Chef
I can
Bear's
do.
gravy. Yeah, I mean, your gravy's so good, it brought a bear into the Wildflower recently, right?
It was a couple years ago, but yeah, we had actually that bear in particular mostly went after our sushi stuff.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but it came out back one night while we were closed. I got in there in the morning, and our bread freezer out back was turned over in the alleyway. There was a hole chewed in the wall where our walk-in is. Bear got in there. And they got into the freezer that had all our sushi stuff in it and ate a bunch of soft shell crab, our hamachi, like all our most expensive meats pretty much. And then it took a dump on the roof and bailed. So we put a sign on the door saying closed due to bear shenanigans.
Right.
And spent the rest of the day cleaning up. Went back to Penny's because Penny was working there at the time, hung out at her place for a little bit. And then I came back and Fox News was waiting for us. So
Really?
Me and my buddy Parker, who was working there at the time, they interviewed us, and I was a little bit lit, but I was like, yeah, man, this bear happened. And then
You got to see if you can find that interview.
I bet I can. But yeah, we were on the local Fox News, and then my grandparents down in Texas saw me on the national Fox News.
No
So
shit.
it made it that far.
Damn, dude.
They've never been prouder of me.
Like bear breaks into restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day when I had my mohawk.
Right? That's freaking awesome. Yeah, man. So to take it back to like the wild game and stuff, I did this carnivore diet and I lost a shit ton of weight. But I found like it was a food elimination diet that just pretty much ended up being carnivore.
Yep.
But I found that when I ate wild game, I had way more energy.
Oh, go back real quick. I saw it.
Was it this one?
Go down a little bit. That next one.
Oh, this
That's
one,
it.
look at that.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's watch this real quick. Give us some volume too, Tyler. I don't think we'll get copyrighted for this, hopefully.
I know one of the anchors there. It's cool. What's up, Nicole Fierro?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You'd be surprised what we get freaking copyright struck on.
Oh, yeah?
Like, it's crazy, yeah.
Oh,
You going?
it's trying.
Thinking about it.
See what network we're on real quick. Oh, here we go.
Not the tourists. I counted, I think, 17. The locals. They're elk, correct? They're elk. And while they're technically in the mountains, I know. They're like 15 feet away. The heart of Evergreen is just across the street. The one with the big horns walked right across our car. We're like, wait a minute. This is
Horns.
crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe for the tourists. Oh, they're making noises. Not for the locals.
We're living in the mountains. I mean, kind of stuff.
Oh, there's a young Josh.
There you go.
Wildflower Cafe on Main Street might want to consider calling itself the Wildlife Cafe instead.
You opened our dry storage compartment upstairs, ate brown sugar.
After a hungry bear came in after closing time Saturday night. What? That's awesome. It makes for a good story.
I walked in the back, saw the trash.
And a huge mess.
Big, like 600 pounds was knocked out on the rocks here.
And that's not all he dropped.
I think it was the biggest grapefruit I've ever seen in my life.
Compliments.
I don't know why they
blurred it
blurred that out. Yeah. It's like
Dude,
a
it's
dinner
just
plate,
shit.
man. It looked like Grizzly did it.
Doesn't ever come back.
Damn.
I'm glad we made it up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, only in Evergreen.
Yep.
Look up. There's something today. I got an alert. Like high. It was for Jefferson County. It was high mountain lion activity.
Yeah, there
Alert
was
or something?
there was two dogs attacked over towards on Pleasant Park Road, actually.
Really?
Yep, two confirmed, one suspected, but lion activity around.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah. They're freaking everywhere, man. I'm so glad that we were able to vote smartly on that last initiative, because it really keeps them at bay a little bit, right? Or at least makes them scared of humans.
Yep. That's how I treat bears the same way too. Like they're so habituated to coming to our trash. I'll run out after them just to like encourage them. This is not a good place to be.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
You don't want to hang out around people. This is not good for you, bro.
Yeah. I think I brought this up on the podcast a couple times, but it might have been with you too. We had 1 year for Halloween. I got to get a new one because it finally stopped working because I just leave it outside. But it was like this motion sensor, like ICP, like clown, basically, right?
Yes.
And I hung it on the trash cans during, like, I'd always hang it out there in the spring. And then I ended up just leaving it on there all summer and put up a little trail cam. I'll have to see if I can find the footage.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
And you see the bear walk in, and we even have those bear-proof trash cans, but the bears are so smart that they'll fucking open them,
just
dude, with their claws.
push on them,
push on them. And
in there. And
rip them open. And we have bite marks and stuff in the trash cans and stuff from trying to use their mouth.
that's what I like to say. There's no such thing as bear proof.
No.
There's bear resistant at best.
Yeah, 600-pound freezer it knocked over.
Piece of cake.
Yeah.
It took 4 of us to lift that back up. And then after that, we built a little cage for it. And we've got it ratchet strapped in there. And again, bear resistant. Haven't had a problem with it since. But the days are numbered.
Yeah, man, those things are so strong, and so they're fast as fuck and quiet as fuck too, man. Like they're so quiet.
Got those pads. They can walk pretty quietly.
Yeah.
They can hit like 35 miles an hour. They're quick.
Yeah, dude, you ain't outrunning that thing. If it really wants to get you, you're screwed, dude.
Yeah.
Like you are screwed. But yeah, so I had this Halloween clown. It must have been like maybe 3 foot or something, with its body. So it's on this motion sensor, and it's in pretty like dark clothing from what I remember. It's kind of sun faded now.
Yep.
But it had like some sort of actuators in it, and it was motion sensing. So it would just start laughing like,
Yeah.
And start shaking.
The Great Malenko.
And its eyes, it would light up, dude. It was straight
spray
like
some Faygo at 'em.
some Faygo on them. And the bears fucking hated that thing, dude. Like it never came back. I never got anything on my trail cam again, except for like maybe a raccoon or something like that coming in.
I've had some bears that require a little bit more convincing, but if you can discourage them from staying away. To that point, actually, here's a story for you. It's one of my favorite stories.
If you're not checking out the Mountainside Podcast on YouTube, you absolutely should be. If you like the content that we create here and you want to help support the podcast, please take a moment, subscribe to us on YouTube, and hit that notification bell.
So a couple years ago, we've had chickens for a long time. And we've had a lot of incidences with bears getting in there more than anything else. There's been some problems with hawks, problems with bobcats, but bears have eaten more of our chickens than anything. And a couple years ago, we had a bear get into our chicken coop, and I had like a fenced-in run, had a roof on the top so hawks couldn't get in, but there was a couple slats in it. This bear climbed up a tree and then jumped over, came down, managed to get in the chicken coop, ate 2 of our birds, and then the two other ones, it just ripped all the skin and feathers off the back. And usually our dogs let us know if a moth farts in the neighbor's house across the street. But for whatever reason this night they weren't on it. By the time they let us know, I went out there, let the dogs out because we got guardian animals. That's what they do. Went in the coop, found the 2 injured chickens. I didn't think they were going to make it through the night. They ended up making a full recovery and grew all their feathers back.
With all the everything ripped off their back?
Yeah, one of them never even stopped laying. She laid through the whole thing.
Wow.
R.I.P. Angelica. She's since passed away, but she died of old age, fortunately.
Dude, they're so tough, man.
Yeah,
Those
they're
things are
remarkable
crazy.
birds.
Yeah.
Her and Ursula, too. Like, they both full recovery. Ursula had a limp. Since we've moved into our new place, they've both since passed away. But like I said, they got to die of old age, which is nice for them.
That's crazy. Yeah, those bears, they're crafty, too, man. They're like ninjas. They're quiet. They're fast. They climb trees and shit, dude.
Well, a couple days later, this bear came back. And, at this point, dogs are on high alert. They let us know something's up. Kate and I go outside, and we can hear something like clawing inside the coop. So I go to check it out, and I have this fenced-in area. I open the door, and then I have a door to the coop, open that. There's a whole-ass bear in my coop. So the back door was a pulley door situation, and the bear managed to get in there, nosed it up, crawled inside, and then it shut behind him. So he was stuck in there with my chickens. And the way we had it set up, we had these two little areas with a little walkway in the middle. And my plan was there, like this is a small hole, chickens can get over here and hide out. The 2 birds that had been attacked already were hanging out over here. The other 2 birds I had were on the in the coop on top of the bear, just like hanging up in the rafters. He didn't know they were there. And at this point, Kate's hurling my shoes at me because I ran out there in my basketball shorts and my pajamas.
Oh, dude, is this
much.
where you punched?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what we're getting to.
All right.
So she hurls my shoes at me. I put them on real quick, and I'm trying to figure out how I can, open the door a little bit to get the bear out, but also get out and shut the door behind me so it can't get at me. And, I'm back and forth a couple times. Finally get that done. Bear comes out, climbs the side of the coop, jumps over to the tree, and by this point, Kate's let the dogs out. So I'm on the side of the coop with the dogs. There's bears in this tree, and it starts coming down at us. So I'm just thinking as quick as I can. I grab a stick. I hurl it at it. I miss. Bear's still coming. I'm like, fuck it. Punch this bear in the nose. It goes back up the tree, hides out there the rest of the night, and I was made of testosterone for the next month at least.
Hell yeah.
I always thought it was a matter of, when, not if, and I realized a dream that night.
How soft was that nose?
Not as soft as you think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hit pretty hard, so he never came back, though.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Like, that fucker punched me in the face, dude. I was trying to get some fast food.
I was like, did you see that?
That's crazy, man. Yeah, I've had some close bear encounters, but never that close where I've been able to reach out and touch one physically.
That's the only time I've ever touched a bear.
That's
I
crazy.
don't intend to do it again, but if I have to, I know I've got it in.
Right. I heard a wild story. Do you listen to Through the Gates podcast? Have you check that out? It's Dan Gates' podcast, and it's based around like wildlife policy and kind of what's going on at the ballot box with all that. But he just has some fucking incredible guests on, man. Like, you got to listen to that podcast. And Dan's the man himself, dude. You guys look kind of similar. He wears like a grizzly claw, around his neck, and he's just big old beard. He's unmistakable in wildlife policy, and probably one of the most hated men in wildlife policy from the opposition, for the anti-hunters. They can't stand him. But anyways, he's doing some really great stuff with Through the Gates, and everything that he's doing is like, he's just giving you the facts. He's not giving you his opinion.
Yeah.
It's basically like, here's what CPW says. Here's what wildlife biologist says. Here's what these experts say. Here's what lawyers say. Like, it's all the facts.
Yeah.
And he's just presenting them to you, basically, right? So there's not a whole lot of BS or rhetoric. But like, some of the guests that he's had on are just some amazing people that live in rural Colorado or houndsman or whatever. But he had this dude on. I think he actually had to go to his ranch house or something. This guy's probably like 75, 80 years old.
All right.
And he got up in the middle of the night to let his dog out to go to the bathroom or something. And he's in his underwear. And he ended up killing a mountain lion with a 2x4.
Oh, I heard about that.
Because it came in the house, dude, or something like that. Like, you got to go and listen to the episode.
There was that runner a couple of years ago that got attacked by a mountain lion, and I think he ended up like stomping on its neck to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he had the old knee on the neck from jiu-jitsu, man. Like, yeah, crazy. Yeah, and people were giving him shit. They were like, oh, it was a baby mountain lion or an adolescent mountain lion or whatever you guys want to call it. But still, I'm like, dude, you think about what a house cat can do to you?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't care how big that thing is.
I got scratches right now.
It only weighed
These
like...
cats love me, theoretically.
Yeah. They were like, it only weighed like, whatever they said, like 60 pounds or something. I was like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Yeah.
Like, you know how agile those things are? Like,
a pit bull weighs 60 pounds, but a 60-pound mountain lion is significantly more dangerous.
With sharper teeth?
Yeah.
Like, you just look at the agility of a house cat, and they have just as much agility, man.
Yeah.
Like,
there's been like 2 species that have driven other species to extinction. It's us and cats.
really?
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Apex predators, baby.
Yeah. I mean, that's my scariest thing that I think that I would ever face in the backcountry is a fucking lion.
Yep.
And those are the closest encounters I've had with predators too, where they were like, I was actually maybe being hunted.
Yep.
You know, especially like when you start cow calling or calf calling or something.
Oh,
like,
for sure. Oh man, there was one year I was elk hunting with my parents, And we were up in northern Colorado, Independence Mountain,
Yes.
just outside of Zirkle. It's almost Wyoming. And I had been on this one stand for a couple days. And then the next day, my dad and I decided to switch. So he was where I had been for 3 or 4 days previous. And he's sitting there. And then this mountain lion starts walking down the ridge. And it finally lays down like 10 feet away from him. And he was sitting there holding his gun this way. And as it's coming up, he just slowly turns it around just in case. And this cat's just chilling, just looking over the same valley that he is. And then another one comes down and lays down next to that one and just chilled. They sat there for about an hour, never indicated that they knew he was there, and then got up and sauntered away.
Damn.
He's had a couple experiences like that.
I've had a couple experiences. And the crazy is, like, those are just the ones that I know of.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, they're so stealth. I mean, the Native Americans call them ghosts.
Yeah.
Right?
Like in my lifetime, I've seen 3 mountain lions. I would wager probably 300 have seen me.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah, at
Especially
least.
in this area. Like, I mean, even right here in Evergreen, we live less than a mile from the studio.
Yeah.
The studio's down here, like, in the thick of, like, I guess the most populated part of Evergreen.
Yeah.
Or the most
One of the 3
historical
mountain
part.
lions I've seen was right behind the Mountain Man Nut and Fruit Company over here.
Oh, yeah.
A couple years
Didn't
ago,
they
that
have
one
to
they
kill that
tranquilized?
cat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it attacked some lady's dog in,
Yeah.
like, broad daylight, right? Like, she was walking her dog down Main Street and it.
Yeah, I attacked her chihuahua.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. When people put up, like, recently, I've seen a few signs go up for, like, the lost dog, and it's like a little Shih Tzu or something. I'm like,
Yeah.
I hate to break their heart, but it's like, dude, that thing was probably food for something else.
Yeah.
In the food chain, higher in the food chain.
Unfortunately, growing up here the way that we have,
Right.
when that happens, that's oftentimes the case.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I spend not as much time as like some of my friends, but like some of my friends have had some gnarly encounters too. Some of my family members, but my most vivid one and the scariest one, and I remember it to a T, was as a child. I went out, it was a snow day, and it was like a good like 2-footer or something like that. And I had one tracking me, and I never saw it, but I just saw its tracks.
Yeah.
So it was snowing, you know, when it starts snowing heavy in that spring snow, and I didn't have goggles or anything. I was a poor kid. I probably was in like a Levi's jean jacket, right?
Yeah.
Like going to build a fort or whatever we were doing. And I'm hiking out and not like super backcountry, like kind of mountain suburban neighborhoods, right? But onto some public land and start hiking in. And then it got snowing so heavy that it was starting to land on my eyelashes. I couldn't freaking see. So I was like, I better turn around and go back. So I started following my tracks back. And that's when I saw just the coffee can footprints right next to mine, man. Like for a while. And the fucked up part was when I turned around, I saw where it turned around. And it was probably, when I started backtracking on my tracks, it was probably maybe 50 yards. So not that far from me, like half a football field, right? Like, but it was stalking me.
That's
dude.
like 3 quick leaps for a lion.
Yeah. So it was stalking me, and like strategically, like you would see it dive off a little bit from my tracks. But the scariest part was when I started taking my tracks back, I saw it veer off, and just the tracks made a big loop. So it was behind me.
Yeah.
Dude, as soon as I saw that, I did everything that they coached us not to do. I ran home as fast as I fucking
Trigger that brain response.
run.
Yeah.
In snow, dude, in like 2 feet knee-high snow, you know, like it was fucking terrifying. And then the couple other times that I've seen him is when I'm elk hunting and like on a game trail and like cow calling, like going up and have the wind in my back. So like, you know, the lion can smell you.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of times I don't really wear cow urine anymore, and I don't think I was. Yeah, I wasn't this last time. I was just wearing like some earth scent. But their senses are so crazy compared to ours, or even a dog's. I think that like a bear has, I think 10 times as much. I don't know what a lion does.
Bears make bloodhounds look like nothing.
Yeah, it's
Bears
crazy.
got the best sense of smell.
So insane. But anyways, I'm headed up a game trail, same thing, and I just saw this thing dart off with a long freaking tail just out of my peripheral, you know, just from behind me. It came running from behind me. So I don't know, was that thing fucking running up on me? Going to pounce on me, and then when it saw the size of me, take off? right?
Changed
Because,
its mind, you hope?
Yeah, I hope so, dude. But I didn't see it until it was already like past me and headed off, like fucking off into the woods, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but that was another time where I was like, and the weird part about that is before I saw it, the only reason I looked over there is I had like the spider senses. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like something, I could feel the presence of something and the hair was standing up. Like, I'm getting the goosebumps right now just talking about it.
Oh, I know the feeling. There was one time, my most visceral lion experience, maybe 10 years ago, probably longer than that actually, but I was up on Webster Pass. I wanted to go hiking up there for the day. It was October, wintertime. I ended up not being able to make it all the way up to the ghost town of Webster that's up there.
Yeah.
It was just too much snow, couldn't get through. But I had borrowed a
So
friend's...
rad up there, by the way.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Fucking
It's
awesome.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
But I had borrowed a friend's dog for the day. It was this little, she was a chow heeler mix. Looked like a little fox, but like still had the purple tongue like a chow. Naughty dog. Didn't listen to anything anybody said ever. But wanted to get her some exercise. Took her out for the day. Couldn't finish the hike. Started coming back. And this lion just bisected the trail that I was coming down. And this dog's name was Maybe. And she was pulling on the leash.
Maybe
like,
it would be lunch, huh?
I was like, maybe no. And she came by me, sat down, growled at the lion, looked up at me, growled at the lion, looked back up at me like, yo, are we doing this? Like, I got your back, but I got to know you're in. And then we waited until that lion finally sauntered off.
So it stopped on the trail.
It stopped on the trail, and we looked at each other for what felt like, I don't know, 10 minutes. It was
Damn.
probably a shorter encounter than that, but it ended up walking off. I gave it another 10 minutes before I even started walking, and then I pretty much walked down that mountain backwards, just seeing if it was coming behind me.
Yeah. You don't know. And the crazy part is a lot of times they come out of trees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like,
that's
I'm not
what,
big.
when Kate first moved here in 93 from Ohio, their neighbor, they had heard a mountain lion scream, and they were asking her about it, and that was her first advice was look up.
Yeah.
Anytime you're outside, look up.
My buddy Jermaine, who was on the podcast, he was telling us a story. He was elk hunting. He's actually he's a world champion elk caller.
All right.
Is like his claim to fame, but
Yeah.
also just a stud of a human. I got to have him back on too. He teaches wrestling to the collegiate army team or something like that.
Okay.
Or like, yeah. And is a wrestler himself. Like, he's just a stud, dude. And this dude's a killer too, man, when it comes to bow hunting. But he was telling us a story. He was headed up a game trail, and he's like, I got that sixth sense. And he was just like, look up, dummy, was what was going on in my mind, or God was telling me or whatever. And he said he looked up, and he said there was a big tom, like just in the tree, just like locked
What's
in
up?
on him. Yeah. And he was like, oh shit, man. Like, you'd have to go and listen to that episode, but
Yeah.
to hear that, because I don't want to mess up his story, but yeah, man, look up. I'm constantly looking at bears too. I've seen
same
more
thing.
black bears in trees than I've seen on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that might
Like,
scare me
oh,
even
that's a
more
big
than
squirrel.
a mountain lion is, yeah, that's a huge squirrel. Is that an Abrams squirrel? Where's your tail?
Yeah. Which you don't see. Dude, I saw one yesterday.
Yeah.
And I never see them anymore. Those are so cool. We call them Batman squirrels as kids.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I've got
Tyler,
a
pull that
couple.
up.
I got a couple that live over at my house.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had a couple that have been
Oh,
coming
that's
by.
awesome, man. Yeah, I think that's another thing that's been pushed out by invasive species, because I think the red squirrel
Yeah,
is not
also known
native.
the eastern fox squirrel. I always grew
Okay.
up calling them city squirrels, but they're non-native. They're from the East Coast, and they just outcompete Abert squirrels because Aberts are a little bit more timid.
Yeah.
The pine squirrels, they don't compete over food resources, but the
Okay.
Abert squirrels they do, and the fox
Oh,
squirrels
dude,
just
they fight
stomp
like
on them all
crazy.
day.
Yeah. Yeah, those things are so cool looking. Man.
Those are my favorite squirrels. They're beautiful.
Yeah. So badass. I just always think of that line that's like, who are you? I'm Batman.
Where are you putting them?
Yeah. So cool. Yeah, that one on the left, Tyler.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, they come in a couple different color morphs.
Yeah. I don't
We
think
had
I've
one
ever
that-
seen the tan ones like that, or the gray ones.
We had one that used to come to my house when I was growing up that was like almost piebald, like it was mottled, but like half like chocolate brown, half like light tan. It was really cool.
Yeah, those things are badass. Yeah, it's a shame we don't have those. I mean, they were everywhere when I was a kid. Now you're pressed, like, to see one around here is like
Yep.
next to none, man. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, they favor ponderosa forests because
Okay.
the ponderosa seeds are their main food source.
Gotcha.
But we've had so many fires, a lot of those are burned down.
Yeah. Well, and the beetle kill too, man. I was shocked. We drove down
Over by Elk Creek is real
Foxton
bad.
Road.
Yeah.
And that's all just wiped out by beetle kill. And that's another invasive thing, right? Like they came over in furniture or some shit. Or...
Oh, I don't know if the pine beetles are invasive. I think I want to say they're a naturally occurring species, but we've been having such mild winters like this one. Because usually if you have like a real hard, deep cold, it'll kill the larva. And then they don't come back as hard next year. But we've had such mild winters for so long now that
Grand Lake too. Yeah. That's another spot.
There's
where
a
it's just like...
spruce moth that's doing wreaking havoc right now too.
Really?
Yeah, similar situation. And it's not the bug, the insect that kills the tree. It's the fungus that they carry with it. So they bore in there, and then that fungus gets in there and wipes the tree out.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, there's some wild species, man, that just really. I mean, you don't have any idea what it does to an ecosystem until you look at the side of a mountain, and it's like completely. It looks like a fire went through there, but it's just deadfall. And now, if a fire does go through there, it's kind of what needs to happen.
Kind of,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Like all that shit needs to be burned out.
That's the flip side of the bag too. Is like historically we've been such fire suppressant people. The ecosystem actually likes to have a little bit of fire in it.
Yeah,
you should have a fire that comes through and takes out the dead stuff that's on the ground level. Like ponderosas, speaking of the abrit squirrels, they're dependent on fire for reproduction. They don't release their seeds to germinate until a fire comes through.
Really?
Because they need that extra little bit of carbon in the soil to be able to germinate properly.
Yeah.
But then we end up suppressing fires for so long that now we have an abundance of trees. So when a fire does come through, it just torches everything. And then you're back to ground zero.
Humans mess up a lot, man.
That's one of the things we're best at.
Yeah. We're really good at that. We tend to be really good at that. But at the same time, man, like we're part of the ecosystem too, man. I think people forget that. Like I know that we're superior or whatever, and we're ruling the world, right? In so many different ways, whether it's on a nuclear level or the wildlife and we manage fucking everything, right? Yeah. Like right down to our pennies and if we're going to produce them or not, right? Yeah. Like if they're still going to be in production and, but I think that having those fires is good, man. Like we went down that rabbit hole a bunch on the podcast with some wildland firefighter guys and some guys that have spent some time on some reservations. And then I'm big on Native American culture and just reading up on that. And I can't remember, I think it was a wildland fire book or a documentary that I watched, but it was all on this particular tribe. And they had their whole religion or faith base or spirituality. Am I saying that right? No. Was based on fire, right?
Okay.
So really super fascinating. So what they would do is the fire that they had was thousands and thousands of years old. They never let it go out because they believed if it went out, it would basically kill their ancestors that had passed on, right?
Yeah.
So like their spirit was in the fire because they originally made it. So they kept it going. So they had like people assigned from the tribe that were just like fire watchers. And that's what they did is they just made sure that fire kept going. But also at the same time, they were nomadic people, right? Nomadic tribes because they had to follow their food source. So one of their beliefs was to backburn wherever they left. So when they came back, it was back in life. So it was breathing new life, right? And they were doing it with their ancestors' bodies. So they thought that the fire was almost like a ghost or a spirit, right? Yeah. Which it is, man. It's mesmerizing. Like one of my favorite things to do is sit out in the backcountry and just watch the fire, you know?
Yeah. Well, that perspective in particular, that's how I was going to say that I like to describe humanity as we're the self-reflexive part of nature. We evolved out of nature, but we're the part that can look back at not only itself, but also at nature. And a lot of times I think we tend to divorce ourselves from that. Like we're unique, we're special, which we are, but we also are of that. And having that synergistic relationship with fire, like you were just describing.
Fire's fascinating. Mm-hmm. And we have some
it's
real...
the best TV show I've ever seen.
Oh, dude, it's the best. Mm-hmm. And there's some real, like, have you listened to any of the episodes with Doc Pate that I've had in?
I don't think so.
She's awesome, man. Yeah. Unfortunately, we had to take the last one down that we did because she works heavily with the U.S. government on treating TBI on the battlefield and stuff. But then also, like, post-traumatic stress disorder, like kind of helping some guys and some nonprofits through that. But she's looking at like the real neuroscience. Like she's like an Andrew Huberman, but works behind the curtain in special operations, which is fucking super cool. And then that's translated into the relationships that she's built, helping some veterans out with some of their trauma, whether it's TBI or all kinds of different stuff that those guys have gone through, right? But she was just saying, like, sitting there watching a fire is actually a form of therapy, and some of the stuff that's going into your neural pathway, like the smoke and the ash, and then seeing the flames, it's almost like petting a dog is comforting to a lot of people. And she said that's why you have the best conversations around a campfire, is because you're getting all these different senses, a little bit of a dopamine hit. But that it also makes you open up and feel more comfortable because it's something soothing. It's something that we've had genetically for thousands of years, right? Like, pretty fucking cool
genetic
when you
memory
start
of
hearing
that.
the science behind it, right? Like,
Plus, that's the thing that we started cooking on.
Yeah.
Which is where we really kind of separated ourselves from the rest of nature.
Huge, right?
Start cooking some meat, get some more calories, get some more protein. We can grow these big, beautiful brains that we've been able to do so much with.
Yeah, man.
All thanks to fire.
Yeah. So rad. It's one of my favorite things, like, to photograph too. Like to freeze that in a steel frame is so badass. Like some of the faces and stuff that you'll see in it. Like I could see why, if you mixed in a little peyote or a little bit of psychedelics with like some of those Native American like medicine man practices, and like the sweat lodge, like steams very much kind of the same way, right? Like when they're doing it with the hot rocks, like no wonder they saw spirits and had the war cry and like all that kind of cool stuff that we don't really think about, But to take it back to that tribe, I wish I could shout out that tribe. Tyler, do some digging and see if you can. It was really fascinating. One of the things that they did is they had these dudes that were fire runners, right? So when they had to move and they decided to backburn, they would send the fire runners out, like, I don't know, the morning of, whenever they were traveling. So they would take the fire and they would put it in a buffalo horn that they lined with clay.
Okay.
And they would take like an aspen conch, because those things will burn, and that's how like you can carry fire with you. So they would put it in there, and there would be like 3 or 4 of these dudes. And if they had to stop, if that conch started to go out, they would start a fire, reconch, and then the other 2 would go on. So they were kind of like leapfrogging, like keeping the fire going. But then basically once they found a good, like, plentiful spot to set up the teepees or whatever for the next time, or they found a good food source or water source, they would start sending smoke signals. So this is where smoke signals came in.
Okay.
So as the spirits telling them like, hey, this is where we're at. But these dudes they were like ultra marathon runners. These were like the warriors of the tribe, the scouts, like the most in shape dudes. And they would run like 50, 60 miles in a day, dude. Like,
Have you heard of the Tarahumara?
No.
Similar thing. They're a tribe down in Mexico, but their method of hunting is to just chase that deer until it dies.
Oh,
Like, they ended up running maybe 80 miles. Just run it. And that's one thing that humans also are really good at. Like, we're not very fast, but we're endurance built. Like, we can walk forever. And these guys have like really honed in running historically. But that was their whole method of hunting. It's like you have a spear, but you just keep going after it. Deer's faster than you. It runs away, but you just stay on its trail. Keep going. Don't hit the microphone.
Well, I think that's one of the biggest problems with the wolves is that they kill animals, a lot of their prey, through hypertrophy. It's like when they're chasing elk and stuff, like they're not actually kind of taking it. I think hypertrophy is the term. But basically, like, animals don't have sweat glands like we do. So they basically overheat internally, even if they're in Yellowstone or whatever, right? Like, it's just the exhaustion of chasing them, and like their tongues are hanging out. What a horrible way to die, man. Being chased to death. But yeah, that's crazy, man. To do it as a human, like chasing an animal.
I'm just imagining that level of endurance. Because these guys, like, that's the other thing too. Like, I think it was, his name was Jack Leffler, who was good friends with Edward Abbey, who's one of my favorite authors. But he spent some time studying them. And the rest of the time, when they're at camp or whatever, they're chill, they're sedate, they're sitting down, they're hanging out. But when they get up and go, they go for days, man.
That's crazy. Yeah, man. I'll have to. So, what is there a book or something where you found this?
I read about it in one of Edward Abbey's books, probably, but it's the Tarahumara tribe,
Right
out of Mexico. Jack Leffler, I think, was the guy who probably wrote about them.
Okay, I'll have to check those out and add them to the reading
I
list.
think he's still around. He used to live in Durango, though.
Really?
When I was going to school in Western, he came and gave a talk. That's actually where I heard it. That's where it was.
Okay,
Yeah, but he gave a speech to the sociology department there, so I got to hear his shtick.
that's so rad. Yeah, it's fascinating, man, and like how many different tribes and different methods and like way more diverse than what we have.
Oh yeah,
These days between the left and the right, right? Or whatever it is, right? Like whatever your culture cliche things are. But yeah, there were so many different rituals and methods and just all that sort of stuff has been awesome. It's been cool that I've also been able to be a part of some of those archaeological things, man, like that CU Boulder's doing and stuff. Like I've learned a shit ton from that we just kind of take for granted, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my my favorite things from Kurt Vonnegut is, I'm going to paraphrase it, but he describes that humans are a social animal. We're meant to live in family groups of like 50 to 100 people, and now there's 8 billion of us, and we're all connected by the internet. Like it's too big. It's too many.
Yeah. It is.
And that's
too
what I
many,
like
man.
about Evergreen in particular, because we do kind of have that nucleic sense here.
Yeah.
Like everyone knows everybody, to come see me for gravy. Like we're all interconnected. Like get involved in your community and get to know your people. Because that's what really makes you human is your people.
1,000%, man. Like, I mean, not to bring this up because I've talked about it ad nauseum and I don't really want to go down this rabbit hole, but like where it really shows up is when we face some adversity, like with what happened in, September with the school shooting and then just that whole week was off the Richters, but to see the community come together, us put out a podcast, you guys do stuff as a restaurant, do stuff locally, help support the community in so many different ways, man. It really, it makes me appreciate home even that much more, right? That you have like a community where you throw all the political differences and everything aside. Yeah. And it still comes down like, what's the most important thing? Oh yeah. It's these high school kids.
I was
right
very
now.
proud to see that. Like that reminded me of like classic Evergreen Conifer. Like something goes on, you circle the wagons quick.
Yeah,
it
man.
It doesn't matter what, like we're on our side.
1,000%. Like you made a social post. I think you were one of the first people to see that I saw that made like a social post, and it was so good, man. That was incredible. And then, yeah, I was trying to figure out, it was a lot to digest. I was trying to figure out like, how do I help with this platform? And I hope we did a really good job of that, man. Because I didn't, it wasn't like speculation or a news brief or anything like that. It was like, how do we cope with this? Like, how do we better ourselves from the adversity, I guess, was kind of the model. And thank goodness to some really good friends, man, like Brandon Young coming up and his daughter Ellie, who, had experience in it, unfortunately, but yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, Aaron and Jeremy, Val, like they all had kids at Evergreen High School that day. Like hearing their stories, it's like that's like Kellen in particular. He was outside when the shooting happened, and him and a bunch of people. There was some guy next door who was like, come on. He was like retired military. He's got his shotgun ready. He's like, no one's getting past me. You kids sit down. You're safe. Yeah, it's like that's OG Evergreen Conifer action right there.
Absolutely. Man, there's so much that I feel like it's brought us closer together as a community. I just hope that we don't forget that, right? Because you go on with your day-to-day normal life and it starts to kind of fade away. I don't think we ever will. Like, I mean, that hit home for me going to high school there, and we know so many people that have and stuff like that. Like I just never thought it would happen there. Like it had crossed my mind, but it leaves a gaping scar that I wish was never there. And I think from a school shooting standpoint, it couldn't have turned out. I don't want this to come off the wrong way, but it honestly couldn't have gone really any better.
Yeah, I mean, considering what happened, that's about
like
as well. And even Matthew, he was a total badass about it.
Yeah, stud.
Yeah.
It's incredible, man. Yeah, man, I think you got to stay vigilant these days, man, no matter where you're at. Like that was a prime example of it. It's a freaking eye-opening thing that happened.
I mean, you
right
and I, we were both here for Columbine, Platte Canyon. Like it's unfortunately something that we've always gone through.
Right.
In living memory, at least.
Yeah. No, I definitely want to try to do something in the future I'll talk to you about that off mic because I got some ideas.
Okay.
Some stuff that I'd love to run by you and just to help other communities. Because I think Evergreen was the 47th in 2025, right? And that was towards the end of the year. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't the last. I mean,
oh yeah,
it's crazy, man. It's just such a prevalent thing now. It's I think the biggest thing too is also telling your kids, being honest with them, man. No matter how much security you have or levels of protection or drills or whatever.
I mean,
unfortunately, there's a chance.
Yeah, there's no way to sugarcoat it. It's a reality that you and I grew up with,
Yeah. No, I didn't mean to be somber, but it's kind of like you can't just brush over it either when it does come up in conversation, right? And
can't be like, that's a bummer. Let's move on.
Well, and so much so, I've kind of structured.
Let me tell you about my ceviche.
Yeah, I've had to slow down the podcast a little bit because I got a ton of stuff going on business-wise and outside of here, but I will never stop this podcast. I love this. But a little spoiler alert, our next episode coming up is on suicide awareness. We've done one before.
Yep.
So somebody local here that sits on a very high board nationally to help raise awareness on suicide, stuff like that. And to bring it back to this evergreen thing, suicide's the leading cause of death in the United States.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this now, definitely tune in to the next episode. This will be 246. That one will be 247. It's probably the most impactful thing that we've ever done at the Mountainside are those suicide awareness.
Yep.
And I'm so lucky to have just, an amazing person in Jacqueline Clark to come in and be open about it. And she public speaks on this all the time. And
well, we touched base last time I was on with my emotional support Viking stuff. I started doing that after Colin.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy, man. We know so many people. I know so many people firsthand. You and I mutually know several people, right?
Yep.
It's a lot more prevalent than people think. And I think to take it back to the evergreen thing, that ended up being kind of the root source of it is the shooter ended up killing himself at the end of it, right? So was that always the plan? I don't know, but suicide was involved, right? So that's another suicide death. And I just think that we it's kind of a taboo subject. Not many people want to talk about it. So if I can talk about it and talk about my personal experiences and do it on a public platform, maybe it'll help somebody else without them having to talk about it. But I wish we were more open about it,
we tend to shun it away. For example, my time in college, I got my degree in philosophy. My minor was in sociology. My emphasis for both was death and dying. So it's a subject matter that I'm pretty familiar with. I tend to be comfortable with. But even in hospital situations, if someone goes from being okay to critical to terminal, we shut them away. You don't have a roommate. You got a private room. If someone does pass away, they wait till after hours to wheel them down to the morgue. In our society, we don't like to look at death. We don't like to talk about it. We don't like to think about it. But I think if we can open up that conversation and have honest discussion about it, especially talking about things like suicide, if you're having those feelings, talk to somebody, get in touch with somebody, ask for help. But we tend to shut that out. So I think the more we can open it up and discuss it, the better it's going to be for all of us.
Absolutely, man. I think that's so cool. And I'm sure you've had some people reach out from the emotional support Viking. Is that the Instagram channel?
The Instagram, the TikTok,
right?
yeah. I haven't been posting as much since we moved, but same thing. I've got stuff going on, settling in and whatnot, but still doing my ice stuff.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome, man. I need to get back on the ice bath stuff, but I think it's so good to have those because you can use social media for so many shitty things, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I've checked out of it a lot, especially since
some of
the whole Charlie Kirk thing
right now,
Evergreen.
Crazy.
Yeah, the Evergreen. We've taken a whole different approach here at the Mountainside since that happened. I was like, you know what? I'm not chasing the rabbit anymore. Why am I doing that? I want to bring the Mountainside back to long form content because this is where the real meat of the conversation is. And just the amount of, even from those shorts that we made, the last time you were in and stuff like that, we got real heavy into that and we had a ton of success in getting more listeners to come and listen to the podcast, but it produced more hate than it did anything on certain episodes. If it was something touchy, or people would take that out of context and then not go and listen to the full episode. And it's like, no, that's not what we were talking about.
Yeah.
So it's like, I've just kind of stopped. I haven't stopped it completely, but I'm much more careful and conscious of what I'm putting out there. Right. And it's like, I want people to understand, well, like our most recent one that I just made, and we posted last night, and it'll go out on YouTube by the time this is out. Was just relating to, we have a lot of like UFC fighters in, and MMA guys and combat sports people, whether it's bare knuckle or whatever. And they're some of my most favorite humans because they wear all their emotions on their sleeves.
Yeah.
There's not a lot to prove. They're genuinely good people because they're suffering in a gym like 8 hours a day, right, to compete at that level. So they don't have all this emotional baggage or opinions. If they do, they're very upfront with it, right? And I think that they get perceived as like they're these psychopaths that like flip a switch and they're just on a mission when they enter that octagon. Yeah. Maybe that's the way it is, but there's a human side to it. So that was the clip that we just made. Like, it was just us talking about like how good of humans they are. Yeah. And how much you can take away from a fighter just from the adversity that they face every day and the type of people that they are. So, dude, I want to commend you for everything that you're doing with Emotional Support Viking, because it's so cool. It's just the little positive reinforcements or wins in today's world. When you're living in a world and on platforms with so much negative, like everything that you're doing with that is positive. Like you're bettering your health. So that's a win.
Yeah, it's good for me. Like it's very selfish as well.
Yeah. And then you're sending a positive message out there into the universe that somebody's going to take in, right? Those viewers, when they do view it, it's not you complaining about what's going on. It's like, hey, here's some food for thought. No pun intended with you being a chef, but like, this is one way to go through your day. It's so rad. So I'd encourage people to go and follow it. And that's the stuff that I want to see on social media. I wish there was a bit more tailored, like when it originally started, where I was only getting the feeds that I wanted. And I guess you can kind of build your algorithm around that. Like
you can, based on like what you like and everything.
I have recently from checking out because like, and I think your phone listens to you too, but like everything that's popping up in my algorithm now, it's still kind of messed up, but there's like Bible verses that are now starting to pop up in my algorithm, which is crazy, right? But it's good. It's positive stuff, man. Yeah. It's like, it's much better than some girl twerking or getting the snails out of the bottom of the cooler or whatever. Yeah. Right?
Now my whole thing is like, if I can improve some, like one person's day, my day, somebody else hears something they want to hear, like they need to hear. And I get comments like that all the time. It's just like, this is exactly what I need to hear in this moment. And like you were saying, whether you're, an MMA fighter or a podcaster or a chef or whatever, if you just keep beating your own drum, you don't have to like give into the different gimmicks or whatever to be successful or do whatever. Just keep doing your vibe, like the cliche, your vibe attracts your tribe, but just keep beating that drum, man.
And I think, and try to really think about what impact, and I guess that I consciously try to do that here. What impact are you actually having on humanity? Like, how much good are you actually doing? Is what you're putting out negativity and going to stir people up and make people fight? Or is it going to make them feel good? Or maybe it's a hard truth that they need to hear on a bad day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's actually, I think it was the very first Emotional Support Viking thing that I posted, was that being nice doesn't make you kind, it makes you harmless. You have to be able to have those hard conversations with people.
That's so true, man.
Yeah. Compassion is ruthless.
Yeah, it is. But those are my friendships that I value the most.
Yeah.
When somebody tells me, hey man, you're getting a little loose, or like, I didn't really appreciate this. It's like, stops and makes me think much more than just like, great job, man, I've been listening, or like, I love hearing that too, but like, it's good to have that balance, right? Or people that don't agree with you all the time. And I think that in the society that we're living in today, it's so easy to just yes people. And I see people do it all the time.
I think we're
like,
encouraged to just yes people.
yeah, if you're on the phone or something, and then you're like, oh yeah, buddy, yeah. And then you hang up and then you're like, oh, I can't believe this guy's fucking
God, I gotta
crazy.
hang out on Tuesday now.
Right? Like I've just kind of washed all that out of my life like recently. And not that I was ever snowballing somebody, but it was just like, I'm just
Let's be
much
upfront
more
about it.
intentional, man. Like we just did an episode with one of my favorite humans of all time with Mark Montoya. He's a UFC coach and is like, has a ton of alpha males in one room all at once, right? And he's kind of the cornerstone for them all, right? Whether it's in their corner or in life, and like there's so many different variables, but just his approach with just being brutally honest, and he's been brutally honest with me, you know what I mean? And it's like that's what I think we need, instead of people just agreeing with each other all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay to have a little bit of conflict, and I think people purposely avoid that now.
Oh yeah. Psychologically, you're more inclined to have stronger relationships with people that you can not only have those conversations with, but just openly talk shit to.
Right.
Like if you can rouse each other, that's a lot better for your
that's
mental
the
too.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes that's the best way to get your point across. Like,
Yeah. I mean, granted, I work in a kitchen. That's 90% of our communication, but
yeah, but I mean, that's what that firefighter camaraderie is. That's what that fighter camaraderie is. Like, you guys are facing adversity together in some form or fashion. Like, you can't.
it's kind of trauma bonding. But.
Yeah, it is trauma bonding,
Yeah.
and I think that's why, the guys from military or like those close knit communities where you spend a ton of time with people, sometimes more than your own family members, right, or your kids, because it is your job or whatever. Like, I doubt that you stand in a kitchen with your wife for as long as you have a turtle.
I spend more time with my coworkers than I do my wife, and she's my favorite person.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like there's a different bond there. Not to downplay a marriage or anything like that. I think that some separation is good too, right? To keep it healthy.
Yeah.
But like, you can't say the same things to your wife that you can say to Turtle.
Oh no. Babe, stop listening.
Yeah. I've experienced it at the highest levels, man, whether it's, through friendships or just the people that I've toured around the world with. Like, that's the best, man. Those are the most genuine. And those are the people. Like, I had a friend call me yesterday that, fuck, man, I haven't probably talked to him in like 3 or 4 years. And back to kind of what you were talking about with that author and the circles, like we only know 80 people. Mm-hmm. Well, it's sometimes hard to keep all of those people like in the forefront, not that they're not in the forefront of my mind or I don't care about them. It's just like you start to lose people on the peripheral if you don't see them face to face, right? Like in your community. So this was a guy that I genuinely love and has done so much amazing stuff for me, but I just hadn't talked to him in a long time. And he called me, and the first thing he said was like, my friend Bobby Marshall, he never calls me anymore. He never writes.
You don't call, you don't text.
I was like, oh, damn, Chewy, man, I love you, brother. Like, that was just the first thing. And we just picked it up like we had the last time we spoke. Like, we didn't miss a beat in the conversation because that's how close we are, right? But also at the same time, we don't need to talk to each other for every day, right?
Now my OG
I forgot where I was going with that, but
like same thing. My OG friends back in the day get in touch with me. JP McCulloch, Parker Sherman, what's up? But we're gonna pick right back up right where we left off.
Yeah, those are the best friendships, man.
Yeah, but the same thing, you don't necessarily have to touch base with them every single day. Like you're trying to keep track of those 80 people in your periphery. Yeah, but when you do meet back up, there you go.
Yeah, and we get the same thing here at the Mountainside because we built a community, man. Mm-hmm. Like, and it's hard for me with as many guests and as big as the roster's gotten now to keep up with them all. Like, I intended on having you back in 6 months, and it's been a year and a half now. Yeah. Right? It's hard, man. But it's not that we've seen each other in between there and stuff. But I think finding your tribe is huge, man. And then, like you said, to bring it back to what you're doing with emotional support, Viking and stuff, is just be a positive influence, but also be a truth teller, man. Like, don't be afraid to tell people the truth.
I think I mentioned this the last time I was on, but it bears repeating. Like, maintaining those relationships. The grass isn't greener on the other side of the fence. The grass is greener where you water it. So that's where you got to take care of and maintain those. Do a little upkeep every once in a while. You don't have to spend all your time on it, but check in.
Yeah, and be genuine, man. Like I've had some friendships recently that have kind of thrown me off guard, and it's like they're trying to get something out of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or they see value in me in some sort of way, and it's like it's not the right kind of value. The value is like
that's
maybe
where it
this
becomes
platform or
transactional,
something.
and
Yeah,
that's
it's
not
like,
great.
dude, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I've really tried to steer clear of that, and I guess that's probably why we're not. Well, I know why we're not as big as like Rogan or some of these other podcasts, but it's because I genuinely don't care. It's more about like the human connection to me is the most important thing.
Well, like I was saying, beat your own drum. Like you're playing your drum the way you want to do it.
Yeah.
And you're cultivating the community around it. And it's the right community for you to have.
Absolutely, man.
Slow and steady, man.
Yeah, it is.
And it's not even it's not about where you end up too. It's the means are the end. It's not about where you arrive. It's about how well you get there.
Yeah. I think we're like the perfect size right now.
Yeah.
Like we're the perfect size for what I'm trying to achieve. Like I want it to be beneficial for the guests when they come on. I want everybody to win, just like we were talking, man. Like you are with Emotional Support Viking. Like you're winning, I'm winning, like you being here. Mm-hmm. The guest is winning, our sponsors are winning. Like everybody should be winning.
Yeah.
And
everybody's
that's my
benefiting.
Model. Yeah.
Yeah.
But to take it back to Mark Montoya and kind of what I was getting off on is like, you know, with everything happening in September that happened this past year, it was freaking eye-opening to where I had to like really pull back and be like, whoa, wait a minute, what am I doing, right? Like I kind of needed to check myself. And that's one positive note that came out of all that shit that happened in that crazy month was me kind of checking myself and reevaluating like, what are we actually doing here and how much good and what will produce the most amount of good or love or kindness or those hard truths. And for me, it was bringing it back to the long form. And I think it's something that we're kind of missing these days. It's just those hard truths. But Mark has a really unique approach to anything and everything. And I can't wait. He's writing a book right now. I've been hounding him for like 5 years. And it's going to be, I hope it's a New York Times bestseller because it's going to help so many people. But it was funny, for the past 2 years, he's kind of made me rethink, sitting right here at the table, like how I approach the year and what I'm doing instead of like a New Year's resolution, like I'm going to lose all this weight or whatever.
Yeah.
He just picks one word, and mine has been intention. So it's just like, do everything that you can possibly with intentionality of just whatever you're trying to achieve by beating your drum, right?
Yeah.
So even if I've
Keep it
taken that
purposeful.
approach, even like going to the gas station or whatever, like giving the cashier time of day, like,
Yeah.
hey, how are you, dude? You know?
Yeah.
And next thing you know,
that's the
like
little ways that you can touch somebody and affect their life. I was actually
Care.
I was talking to Kate about that just yesterday because I stopped by Walmart, get her some windshield wipers. I was walking out to check out, and there's a clerk standing there eating some donuts, and he was like, "Hey, man, you should get one of these." And I was like, "I'm good, actually, but thank you, man." Like, they explained that I don't like sweets. My mom was a baker for her career. I grew up eating every sweet in the world. I'm just more into savory now. But we had a 20-second interaction, and then I checked out, and as I was leaving, we waved goodbye to each other.
Yeah.
We touched lives for a moment. I don't know his name, but we had a moment. I improved his day. He improved mine. In little circumstances like that, all throughout the day, if you're bringing positivity into the world, you're going to make more of it.
Yeah. Those micro wins, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think are huge, man. And I think it can do a lot for people.
And great for your mental health. Like, I pet a dog today.
Yeah.
I got to meet a cute-ass little bulldog, you know? That
Hell
was
yeah.
great. That was a win.
Yeah, those are the best, man. Those little things like that. And there's so much benefit to the other person that you might not even know that they need. How many people have you had? Because we get a lot of it here at the podcast. Like, thank you so much for being honest, or I really like this episode. We get a ton of like positive messages. And I'm not just, I don't read all the DMs because I stay out of those. The comments I definitely stay out of.
Yeah.
Occasionally I'll dive into the comments just to show some support, like when we release a podcast. But I'm typically only interacting with people that I personally know.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm not going to go chase that rabbit if somebody's fishing for something, right? But we have a submission form on our website, and the emails are the hardest core ones because they're private messages and like people telling me their personal stories of how, well, even like the suicide awareness episode that we did with Jacqueline. Can you look that up real quick? I mean, it was a while ago. It was a few years ago, and I can't believe I haven't had her back in.
On your website?
Yeah. I want to say it's down like it's 100 and something. If you go to the black and white photos, it's back when we did everything black and white. And I absolutely butchered that episode. I was such a bad podcast host. But we still get messages today like, dude, I was thinking about committing suicide and I happened to listen to this because we named the episode Suicide Awareness or whatever, or suicide's in it. Like somebody found, I'm not saying that we were the only factor in saving their life, but just it was a positive deal, or maybe they had dealt with it with a family member or whatever, right? So it's like those little things like that. Have you had any crazy stuff like that with emotional support, Viking? Like
I haven't
reaching out?
Haven't specifically had anybody tell me that like I saved their life, but I've had a lot of people come in like, this is exactly what I needed to hear right now. Thank you so much. And like you were saying, I don't go crazy in the comments, but it's reactions like that I will reach out and just like make sure someone's okay.
1,000%, man. And then, man, that makes me feel better than anything. Like all the accolades, even the time that I've spent sitting at the table with some really close friends, like that's what I really get out of this. But
I think the biggest, most impactful thing that I've personally had is like I've had a couple of friends, since Colin's passing, that have reached out and been like, hey, I'm feeling this way. And then I just dogmatically start texting them every day.
Yeah, man.
Fucking love you. You doing okay? Do you need anything? And I feel like I've saved some lives that way. At least made it easier for somebody to get through the day.
Yeah, dude. That's super important, man. I mean, that was one of the things that we brought up in that episode. Did you find that episode number?
I was going to ask you.
It's Jacqueline Clark, if you want to search that. I think it might be a little bit further down. I just wanted to shout it out. We'll put a link in the show notes, too. It's right there, 92. So it wasn't even in the 100
What's up,
range.
Donnie?
Yeah, Donnie's stud. Yeah, man, there's so many ways that you can do that, and that's one of the biggest things. If your friends reach out to you and tell you that they're having a hard time, like fucking take it serious, dude.
Absolutely.
Like the amount of balls that it takes to tell somebody that, to confide in somebody, man. Like
I had a thing like that recently. My buddy called me up, and I came out right away. He's like, sorry, man, like I should have called someone closer. It's like, no, dude, you called me. And I'm going to show up for you every time.
1,000%, man. No matter what you got going on.
Yep.
Life is so fleeting.
I was at home getting ready to go to bed, but no, I'm on it, dude.
Yeah. I think a lot of it too, man, that I've recently started doing is I got really good at like, especially with the podcast and then everything in personal life, and as many friends as I have that are still in like the touring industry that are like, hey, I'm at Red Rocks, come down. For a while there, just trying to be dad mode and trying to balance life. I was just kind of not purposely skirting people. I just had a lot going on to manage. Like when I get these invitations now, I take people up on it because maybe they need that for that moment too, as much as I can, right?
Like you were saying, intentionality.
Yeah.
If someone's asking for your time, come into it with intention.
Yeah.
Not just like, oh, whatever, I'll go to the show tonight. Like, yeah, I'll come spend some time with you.
Right. And it doesn't mean that you have to go get wasted or anything like that. I mean, that's fun too, but
yeah, it's actually a tenet of Stoicism. You shouldn't. Yeah, the ancient Stoics pretty much said that you shouldn't drink, but every once in a while, if you're thinking about doing something crazy, just get hammered.
Yeah,
you're gonna
man.
wake up with a hangover. You're gonna regret that decision. You're gonna move on with your life.
1,000%.
Don't kill yourself. Just get.
That's
wasted.
why I was drinking so much wine in Rome. It was just I kept saying. Me and my buddies that were there, just like, when in Rome.
When in Rome?
Yeah. Right? Just throw all that inhibition out the window. No, it's rad, man. Like, I think that there's so much that I hope we're putting out positivity with the Mountainside, even though we do bitch and complain on here and talk about certain things and punching bears in the face. I really think that we're really good and conscious about that. And that all lies on my shoulders as being a host, but then also people being vulnerable and telling their stories and then I've never been so vulnerable in my life other than sitting at this mic,
Yeah.
or around a campfire. Those are the two
Yeah.
like spots. So it's kind of that campfire like talk. But another thing, we'll get off the subject here in just a minute. If you know somebody that's going through a hard time, a divorce, money problems, whatever, man, like you don't have to solve the problem.
Oh yeah.
Just be there for them, man. Just listen
be
to
support.
them. Yeah. Like it doesn't mean you have to give them money. I think a lot of people will turn around and avoid somebody because they, not typically avoid, but I think just if you recognize somebody's going through a hard time, no matter what it is, with it's medical, whatever, just be there for them. And that I take that as like an invitation. Like if I know somebody's going through a hard time, I'm purposely going to reach out to them and be like, hey dude, how's it
How
going?
you doing?
Yeah.
Show up. That sucks, man. You don't have to solve the problem.
Or make them laugh,
Just
dude.
sympathize,
Yeah.
yeah.
Be brutally honest with them too, man. Like, and yeah, I think that's fucking super important because everybody's going through something.
Something.
Right?
Absolutely.
100%. And just genuinely being there for them, not as a transactional thing or whatever. But then also, one of the things that I've learned recently that I think is huge, and it was just ingrained in me being the oldest kid with a single mom and growing up in a mountain community and not really having a man's, well, I guess I had great influential men in my life to show me what it was to be a man, like Robert being one of
I was
them.
gonna say,
Even though
I used to have a hell of a mailman.
yeah,
My new mailman doesn't deliver shit.
yeah,
You gotta go to the post office all the time.
that's awesome, dude. My uncle used to be your mailman. That's fucking rad. But those guys were heavily impactful. So I don't want this to come off the wrong way. I love them all, but I was left to a lot of my own devices. I was kind of like the man of the house or whatever. So I was left to kind of like solve problems. And then I took a career in rock and roll, and everything you do is on the fly and you are solving problems on a daily basis because every venue that you go into is not the same.
Yeah.
Or a rock star doesn't show up or whatever it is, dude. You can go down the list. The bus breaks down, the truck breaks down, whatever, right? Like
The sand's busted.
Yeah. You have to come up with a way with fucking gaff tape and bubble gum or whatever, right, to make something work. So it's just ingrained in me until I started having kids. Like, you got to solve problems and you got to solve them quick. And so that was just like, that was in my personal life too. So like if somebody came to me with a problem, I'd just be like, well, this is how you fix it. You got to fucking suck it up and
Yeah.
tell that bitch to fuck off. Or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that is not the best approach, man. Like, honestly, just be there for them. You don't have to solve the problem. Like, just be there.
Yeah. And to that point, I like to like the saying like you get what you give. I like to consider it of like giving without any expectation of anything in return.
1,000%.
Like just give. If anything comes of it, who cares? You're spending maybe 5 minutes with somebody to help them out of a rough situation or be there for them, give them a shoulder to cry on, listen to them. It costs you nothing.
Yeah. And you'll feel better yourself going away from it because then you're not looking for anything in return.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. That's awesome, man. Shit, Josh, we are coming up on time, buddy. But before we jump, we've been at it an hour and a half.
It always feels like it goes so fast.
It's so fast. It's a freaking time machine. It just means we got to have you back more often, dude.
I'm game.
Because this has been rad. But before we jump, let's spend a few minutes. Like, what do you guys got going on? You got a lot coming up with the restaurants and everything else.
Yep.
Like anything you want to plug or?
Pasta nights on Friday nights from 5 to 7-ish. We want to go like 5 to 8. I need more business to come in so we can stay open a little bit later because we've been popping early. But we got some great specials. We got some excellent pasta, excellent sauces. That's all dope. And then check out our Valentine's menu. We're doing a 5 o'clock and a 7 o'clock seating on Valentine's Day. So first seating, you got to come in, and then we got to psych you out for the next one. But it was great last year. We're bringing back some of the favorites from last year, doing some new stuff too. So great menus. Get in, check it out. Check out Emotional Support Viking on TikTok or whatever. Reach out if you need anything. I'm around.
Fuck yeah.
I'm a dude about town.
We'll have links in the show notes to everything, to the Wildflower. If you're ever in Evergreen, it is a must stop. You have to stop at the Wildflower. Jeremy Myers, our own man here at the Mountainside that helped me start this thing, is involved. You're involved. There's so many friends down there. Aaron, like, just so many friends that are there and make that place such an amazing fucking place. And my favorite restaurant in town. The food is incredible. It's like, I'm not going in there just to see the homies.
Yeah.
I'm getting my belly filled by some amazing, amazing food. And that all, you're the cornerstone of that, dude. So super rad.
You get to have your cake and see the homies too.
Yeah. But just the atmosphere is awesome. It is a must stop if you're in Evergreen. If you're not, make a trip, dude. Come check us out, man. I won't tell you where the Mountainside is, but you might see me in there getting some of that delicious gravy.
I won't say we have a Michelin star, but we're worth a drive.
Oh, 1,000%, man. You guys should have a Michelin star.
I'd have to fight Gordon Ramsay for
You're
it.
right.
I want to keep the relationship professional.
I don't want to go anywhere with a Michelin star. Then you got to wear a collared shirt and stuff, dude. I can come in there in my camo. One of my favorite nights was I came down, I think for it might have been the first Cajun night or something.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw the post that I made leaving there. You had just come on the podcast.
Yeah,
and we were talking
maybe the
about
butcher saw.
bone sauce.
Yeah.
But I was just leaving. I was deer hunting
Yep.
that night, right? So I came in camo. I think I took half the camo off. I had like
Yeah.
a black hoodie in the truck, but I didn't have any other pants. So I was wearing camo pants, which I never wear camo out, dude. Like I will purposely not wear camo.
I was wondering where your legs were.
Yeah. They got a lot
was worried
smaller.
about you.
Yeah.
You all right?
But I went to Cajun night. I was eating like alligator. It was an awesome crowd in there. I think there was some drinking involved. And then you were like, hold on, I got something in the truck. And I was just laughing, walking down Main Street back to here because it was where my truck was parked because I wanted to drop the bow and the gun off in a safe spot. And I was like, I'm leaving Cajun night in downtown Evergreen with a butcher saw in hand, wearing camo pants. This is how you know you got good friends.
The belly full of gator.
Yeah.
Everything's all right.
It's fucking awesome. Are you guys still doing Cajun night too? Or?
Not for now. We're doing
Okay.
we're doing the pasta night instead. I'm thinking we'll do that for a couple months, and then in the springtime, I want to bring back Fiesta Friday, do our a street taco night again.
Let's go. I'll be there for that for sure. I'll fuck up some tacos.
Yeah, it's Latin and like Asian cuisines tend to be my areas of expertise, except for breakfast, obviously. But I can kill it on some tacos, so we'll have some good stuff.
Awesome, buddy. Well, dude, I love you, man. Thank you so much for coming in.
Absolutely.
I always appreciate everything that you do, especially when you're feeding me. So.
Yep.
But yeah, check out the show notes. Check out the Wildflower Emotional Support Viking on TikTok, Instagram. Is it Chef Josh Bear?
Chef the Bear.
Chef the Bear.
Which, digressing back to that, because I
Okay.
punched a bear in the nose, it's not why they call me Chef Bear.
Yeah?
I actually have bear tracks tattooed on my feet. So I
Oh,
was
that's
Chef
right.
Barefoot, but it contracted over time.
Hell yeah.
And now you know.
We got to get you a bear, like a black bear hat, like an actual.
Well, I want to get like a whole bear tattoo. Just like a whole bear's head.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
Some
go.
berries around it. I got a plan. Don't worry.
All right. Josh, I love you, brother.
Love you too,
Thanks,
man.
everybody, for listening. Tyler, take us away. Thanks for listening to the Mountainside Podcast. If you haven't had a chance to do this already, please take a moment, follow, like, subscribe, or rate on whatever platform you catch the Mountainside Podcast at. If you'd like some more information on upcoming episodes, safety tips, access to all of our affiliates, and all the badass discounts that we get here at the Mountainside Podcast, check out themountainsidepodcast.com.